guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are starting a little patio refresh, a little mini patio makeover. If you can hear panting, my dog is down here, so that's what that noise is. But we have a couple big projects that I want to tackle in our back patio space. Obviously we just got out of winter, so it's a little bit rough shape. We brought out our patio furniture, our rug. We have some planters out back, and there are just a couple little things I want to do to add to that space. Plant some flowers, clean it up, just add a little bit of something to give it that really beautiful garden-like feel. And there are two main projects that I want to do on this space. One of them we are starting today, which is right behind me. I'm not sure if I showed this in any sort of video last year, but we did have a custom picnic table that's made for our back patio. So it's an octagon shape picnic table. It has 8 seats, so it could fit a bunch of people. There's also a spot for an umbrella in the middle, which we already have, which we really love. We actually found someone on Facebook Marketplace who makes these picnic tables custom. I think it's made really well, but there are a couple things that just need to be fixed. First of all, the wood tone isn't quite what we were expecting. It's a little bit more of a red tone, and we wanted to sort of match our planters. And also, I don't think it was sanded or sealed very well. It kind of just feels like it was stained, and there isn't anything on top of it that's protecting it from the elements or anything like that. And this is something that sits outside all the time. It doesn't get covered or anything. So really today we're going to start that refinishing process. I want to get it sanded down really well. This is something that we've been discussing doing since we got this table last year, so it's going to be fun to just sort of change it up a little bit and refine it to be perfect for our space. I did finally get a new sander. If you guys have been around for a little bit, I always use my dad's band sander. It's really old, it's really big and bulky. This is just a nice palm sander. It's a little bit smaller, and then it does have a square sort of bottom on it, which I think is gonna be really nice, especially for corners and things. So we're gonna test this out today. I have a feeling I'm gonna like it, so I can link it down below on my Amazon storefront. So I'm going to start with a 60 grit just to sort of get all of the stain off, and then I'm gonna work my way up to 150, I think, to get it nice and smooth and ready for stain. Okay, don't know how this actually works, but hopefully it'll be pretty straightforward. Oh, there we go. Do you like that? Come here. Also, I am aware that she needs a haircut. She's getting one at the end of this month. A little bird also told me she rolled around in the mud yesterday. So, hey stinker. All right, let's get started, huh? This is definitely gonna be my artwork out for the day. It's looking really good though. Our picnic table is officially sanded down. All of the old color has been taken away, and we are now ready to move on to the next phase. So I did mention at the beginning of this video that we have two big projects that we're going to be doing for this patio makeover or refresh, and that other project was going to be actually making some new cushion covers for our patio furniture. Now I even did some research, I looked at fabrics, I looked at how we are going to do this, and it actually ended up being a little bit more costly than I thought it was going to. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see that video in the future. Another thing is we just kind of realized that we didn't really need it. I feel like our cushions right now are serving their purpose. They work just fine. A cat just walked in, so if you heard meowing, that's what that was. You bumped my camera. But last year at this point in time, we didn't even have like the patio space extended. We didn't have all the plants, and we didn't have this picnic table. So it's gonna look so good. We're gonna do some styling, make it look really beautiful, and it's just gonna come together with plants and all sorts of things. So lots of fun things are still coming. So it's all gonna come together, but as for next steps on this picnic table, like I said, all of the color is stripped from it. I don't think I actually said, but we're not fully redoing the black part on the bottom. We're just redoing the stained portion. The black part is perfectly fine. I did get some black outdoor paint at the hardware store that I'm gonna use to sort of fill in those spots that I nicked with the sander while I was getting rid of the stain. And something my dad actually did for me yesterday was he replaced a couple of the boards that were worked on this picnic table. They're a little bit of a different color, but we're using a little bit of a darker stain, so I think it's gonna work out really well. So yeah, we're gonna get this sanded down to be a little bit smoother, and then I have a wood conditioner that we're going to play with. I've never used a wood conditioner before. And then we're gonna get to staining and finishing and just sort of putting on all of those final touches. Table is now nice and smooth. I got it to be really smooth so that we just have a really good finish overall. We're still gonna sort of like sand in between different layers and things like that just to give it the smoothest finish that we can. As you guys saw, I cleaned it off with just a little bit of like a hot soapy water just to get all of the extra dust off, and now it's time to go in with our wood conditioner. Now I've never used wood conditioner before. This is just basically supposed to help the stain go on very evenly. I think this is also going to be really helpful because we do have that different wood that's down on some of the seats, and I think it's just going to help everything sort of blend together. So I just got this water-based pre-stain by Varathane. I just thought it was a really good brand to go with, and basically what we're supposed to do is shake this up, put it on with a brush, wipe off the excess, and then apply stain within 30 minutes to 2 hours. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And then we're going to go in with the Varathane Dark Walnut wood stain, and that's gonna go all over. I'm gonna see how many coats we're gonna do of this, but I'm just gonna apply this with a rag. It's just the easiest way to get it on there really fast and really evenly. So let's get this wood conditioner on so we can start setting and drying, and then we'll go in with our stain. This color is so beautiful. It's going on so evenly. I think that conditioner really made a really big difference. Now that our picnic table is done and ready to go, we put it into our space. It fills out that space really well. When we officially put this space together last year, we wanted everything to fit perfectly together, and we based it off of this picnic table. Like I said, we did replace a couple of the boards so we don't have those warping anymore. It's waterproof. We have the beautiful umbrella in the middle for some shade, and now it is time to start adding in some character and some fun details, decor elements, also some plants to this space. So as you guys saw, I got some plants here. I just got these yesterday from a local nursery, and I wanted to choose some plants for this planter in particular. Now this is technically a plant stand. We got it off of Amazon, but I love this stand because it's tiered. It adds a lot of height. I love the black. It adds a little bit of contrast back here, and I also have a bunch of pots to plant flowers in. So the bottom one I believe is from Target, and then the other three are just terracotta pots that I did like some DIY aging, sort of like an English country style DIY to them. I will have that video linked down below if you want to check that out. But we're gonna start with the flowers. I picked up a few extra plants because we do have some planters. I have some herbs and things that I want to add as well, and I do want to sweep off this back porch pretty well as well. There are just some things over the past few days that have blown onto this area. But first, this stand has been out here for about a year now, so we do need to clean that off, get it nice and clean, and then we can pot all of our beautiful flowers. So I gathered up everything that we need to plant all of our flowers. Also, if you're hearing a lot of noise, it's planting season. There are tractors over in the fields. I got a cat over there, a dog right here. So if you hear any noises, that's what it is. But when looking for flowers for this stand in particular, I wanted to find some plants that were a little bit more of like a partial sun type plant. Because our patio is covered, it doesn't really get sun all day long, so I just wanted to sort of stick with that. And I kind of loosely went for a color scheme. I just sort of paid attention to the plants that I was drawn to, different colors, different shapes. I kind of loosely went with a pink and purple, also blue color schemes, a little bit different than what I've done in the past. I even found like some vining plants, so I'm really hoping that those do well as well. And then we also have some white flowers. So there are a few that are going to go in all of these pots, and then the rest that we have left over, along with our tray of herbs, are all going to go in the planter boxes. So we are just going to get started. Most of the pots are filled with some leftover soil from last year, but I do have this bag of potting soil to sort of fill in. And then once everything is planted, we'll give everything a fresh drink of water, and then we can start putting everything together. Now that we have planted all of our herbs, our plants, and our flowers, it's really starting to bring spring to life in this space, and now we need to add in a few other sort of decor, decorating pieces to really bring everything together. It's kind of a windy, chilly day today, so I'm gonna do my best to just bring some life to this area. We're gonna pretend that it's really warm right now, but I wanted to focus on the actual patio furniture area. So we got this patio set off of a Facebook Marketplace. It has a couch, 2 chairs, 2 sort of cube seats, and then it has a fire table. Now we did get this from Facebook Marketplace, but I believe it is originally from Overstock, and then the rug I want to say is from Menards. If not, wherever it's from, I can link it down below, or something really similar, but it does bring in a little bit of pattern, a little bit of lightness, and it is an outdoor rug, so it's really easy to clean. So first things first, we do have the cushions inside. I'm gonna run and grab those. They're just in this really sort of neutral tan color. Like I said, we were gonna make some covers for that, but it was just a tiny bit expensive. However, they are in really good shape. We're gonna put everything out, and I think I'm also gonna grab some pillows to just dress everything up. Texture to these couches and the chairs, I am going to add these pillows. Now these are not outdoor pillows, they are from Amazon. I can have them linked down below. It's one of those things where if you really like them and you wanted to use them outdoors, you could use like Scotch Guard or anything like that, just to protect them from the elements from being outside. Also, we are pretty good at bringing in all of our cushions and things. When we are done using them, they very rarely will get wet or anything like that, so I'm not worried about that if for some reason they get kept out for a while. So at our house, we actually plant a lot of rhubarb. It does really well in our backyard. And they actually have very beautiful flowers that just grow from the top. So I just think this is gonna add so much texture and obviously like a very organic detail. They're also just so beautiful and just gonna add a little bit of brightness. Alright you guys, that's going to wrap up today's patio refresh and makeover. We did a lot to this space, big and small. We refinished our picnic table. Now it is perfect for any summer gatherings, picnics, or just to get outside. We also did a little refresh on this patio space, added in some plants, lots of herbs, flowers, and of course added in our cushions as well as some pillows to add in some pattern. But I'm so happy with how this all came together. Really simple and budget friendly all in all. Make sure you guys let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this makeover, and I really hope that it gave you guys a bunch of ideas, especially with Memorial Day coming up, just to refresh your space and give it that spring touch. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys love how it turned out as much as I do, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.